Hi there! Do you see these access steps installed on the model shown? And do you see these sun visors installed on the displayed model? And do you see this side light through to the real locomotive, which most channels showcasing this model missed in their presentations? We would bet that only a few of those who filmed this model noticed details such as side lights, maintenance steps, windshield sun visors, and some more digital delight offered by this Expert Plus PIKO edition. Well, here you can see them in a detailed presentation, just as you always have available on the Electrain channel. Because this is what we do, we present models and we certainly don't bait the uninformed for traffic and YouTube views. It's up to you whether you want to learn everything about a model or if you simply want to see new pictures of it, as if the ones provided by the manufacturers were not already enough. Speaking of details, there are at least two related to the lighting implemented on this model. Besides the very small side lights, there is also a preliminary lighting before the locomotive starts up, a setting that doesn't yet have full headlight intensity, but instead provides a positioning light during departure preparation. This too has not been shown by many of the successful YouTube channels with thousands of views per hour. The high beam is also very accurately reproduced, not through separate on-off switching of differently positioned LEDs. The PIKO 55928 model, representing dual version Vectron, has one of the most complete digitally controllable lighting schemes we have ever handled in H0, and the only point of criticism, though a mild one, is that the cab command post lighting is linked to the activation of the headlights. This is a setup PIKO is very fond of, having decided to use the decoder output dedicated to this lighting type for something else, not like in the case of other brands. It is commendable that, although the illuminated dashboard is difficult to admire, PIKO still installed LEDs for it, unlike SudExpress, who choose to cut costs on their own dual model 2 years ago. And this year too. This is a positive aggression combination of very high details and digital functions. This PIKO 55928 locomotive model we mean. We can say, we must say, and we will say it, this model has it all in terms of fine details, electronics and digital functions. There is nothing missing, maybe if ISO, curve and switch sensors were part of this setup. Each detail or digital function, it got its own short story, and that's why we can't avoid a bit longer presentation material, so let's go next. It is impossible to split the admiration for the well-made from plastic detailing from the digital functions, like is the case for roof, where we meet also the digital control pantograph, also the smoke generator, where we will come back, but also the rotating digitally controlled fan. Sometimes we have the very strong feeling that PIKO themselves do not know about the existence of their own model. Only this way we can understand somehow the so-no advertising around this model. Each collector we've asked about the complete series of digital functions admitted that they never knew about it. Strange marketing strategy, PIKO. Or maybe this is the real advertising, not to scream about your achievements. Let's admire it one more time with its very beautiful details in a kind of, let's say, original electrain rotation, and not like on a showcase in the shop where you do not know exactly how it will look like when running on the track. The real ones. Now, some inside gossip allowing us to see how this model is powered by PIKO. All this inside tech creates what you are about to see next in the video. And of course, our beloved sun visors, and how easy it is to mount them for a very realistic effect. All this inside tech creates what you are about to see next in the video. Now, the backtrack chapter couldn't be avoided for such model. What happened there is perfectly excusable. This is real bad or improper track for a long locomotive like this, and that part today is worse than 1 year ago. However, with a bit much power, she did it. Well done, PIKO. The implemented sound project is good, but somehow it appears or it looks like being incomplete. I mean, the connection between the diesel mode and the electric mode should be a little bit smoother, done different than what PIKO achieved with it.
Zur Verbesserung der Sauberkeit und aus Rücksichtnahme auf Nichtraucher ist das Rauchen im Bahnhof nur in den gekennzeichneten Raucherbereichen gestattet. Meine Damen und Herren an Gleis 1, bitte steigen Sie ein. Vorsicht an den Türen und bei der Abfahrt des Zuges.
For the fan rotation you see now, we don't know if there is a real situation designed by PIKO or only a small bug in its functionality. Also, the inertia of the fan rotation simulation seems to be a bit long, a bit too long, we dare to say. Now, the pantograph. It is the first digitally controlled one for PIKO, as far as we remember. Seems to be nice, but with the mechanism movement a bit too loud compared with the synchro proper sound. The sound scheme allows you in diesel mode to rise up or to lower the pantograph, but the specific sound of it is missing, which is a pity. As well, the panto sound is included in the electric startup sequence as nonsense, while the movement of it replay the same sound sequence. If you want a real order of the starting sounds, you really have to mix two commands like a DJ in order to get a realistic sound effect. Why is that? We don't know. We met such nonsense programming also on ISU. Well, if for the pantograph sound PIKO wants you to be a DJ, for the automatic coupling sequence PIKO wants you to be a choreographer. The digital couplers are only to be handled through automatic sequences, while for uncoupling it's quite the basic maneuver. For the coupling one you have to place the locomotive to a certain distance from the train. If you manage to learn it, the coupling maneuver become very realistic, not like we did it for the video. At uncoupling we find that the wagon pushing sequence is too long. We cannot modify it because we have not identified the CV responsible for adjusting the push to rear time, and the decoder can only be read with a PIKO device, which we do not have. So, there is a smoke generator there, dynamic type. It is not of a powerful impact impression, but it's there and it's doing its job, completing the specific sound of diesel electric sounds with the exhaust system effect. It has some synchro available, but only on higher speeds, that's what we can't currently afford on the partial track of our diorama. Last but not least, we kept for the video and our favorites. The fact that in electric mode the locomotive does not start until the full start sequence is not completed, and a very nice surprise from PIKO. But first, the automatic start sequence and some fine maneuvers by the digital control of movement. our big favorite, unexpected one from this full option PIKO model. Please try to concentrate to the diesel specific noise. So, yes, it does come with dynamic adjustment of the power force when the running gets heavy. This is automatically adjusting sound, smoke and power. Isn't that nice? This is a very real and realistic locomotive offering the total sum of all digital known functions. Yeah, there is no moving driver like on tricksome models, but this superb combination of well done fine details and all these interesting functional digital functions make this model on less than €400 to be on the same level with the Changming products, which in the end is a good realignment of the European model railway market. Exactly like Changming models, also this PIKO 55926 aka BR249, a really full option in digital H0 Vectron, is saying, even screaming, stop being a boy and looking at the paint and become a real man. Getting everything is possible from an H0 model in 2025 full digital year. Until next time, be safe and well, everyone.